Hello, everyone. I hope you had a great day. We did discuss in the last session about the primary key and the foreign key. Today, we are going to go in more detail about how do we write those queries for those primary key and for those foreign key tables actually. And then we will, for that, we are taking a new example of customer and order table. So if each and every customer, suppose if we take an example for Amazon, I have my customer data stored in Amazon. And for each of the customer which I am belonging to, each of the customer ID, I can order multiple items. So suppose if I am not following any design or any approach, as a non-tech person, what I would do is I will try to store the details in this way. I will say my customer ID is this, my name is this, my email address is this, my phone number is this. I can have one more column as address. And then I will say, okay, I ordered some of the items on 19th, some of the items on say 20th. And the total amount for those was this. But now you see, same customer ID can have multiple orders. So if I try to store the values in this way, then I am gonna end up repeating the customer information against each and every order. So if I have done like 50 orders in a month, I would be having my name, email address, and phone repeated that many number of times, which is not a good design, right? Suppose if I want to change the email ID, then I have to go ahead in the database and change 50 times my email IDs against that customer. If I am changing my phone number, then I have to go ahead and change my phone number in all these places. So this looks bad design because I have the data redundancy here. I am not supposed to have the same data in multiple rows or multiple records because it's not easily maintainable. In cases of changes or updates, I may end up changing in one place and I may forget to change in another place. So what will happen? For the same customer, you will have two different phone numbers and two different addresses in your database, which may end up sending the orders on a wrong address for Amazon sale. So what we will do is we will keep the customer information in one table. We'll keep the order information in one table, but my customer ID, which is a primary key here, which is differentiating my customer in this table, uniquely differentiating all the records in this table, I will make that customer ID as a foreign key in orders table. So orders information are present here, but whose order it is, we will tell, okay, this is the order of customer ID 1. The second row for second order ID, this is the order of second customer. Again, third order is belonging to the second customer. Fourth order is belonging to the third customer. So you see the same color here, right? So this customer ID becomes the foreign key in another table. Just like we took the daughter and daughter-in-law example. Any primary key in that particular table is uniquely identify records in that table. But when it goes and sits in another table, it becomes foreign key. It is key, but it is key for the parent table or its main table, but not in the child or a foreign table. So here in this table, what is the primary key? I have the order ID as primary key. You cannot have same order numbers repeated for multiple belonging to different customers or the same customer. I cannot have John Doe cannot have order number 1 and order number 1 again with the separate or different total amount, right? Or John Doe and Jen Smith cannot have the same order ID. Order ID is unique for this table. So order ID becomes the primary key and customer ID becomes the foreign key for this table. Any questions here? I mean, this concepts, if we know it very clearly, we can do anything with the database. I mean, we can design any number of tables. We know how to actually break up the tables to make sure we don't have the data redundancy and maintainable or scalable problems. If you want, I can repeat it again. We should understand primary key and foreign key concepts clearly.
Can you? I have a I have one doubt. Like this foreign primary key, we have it in one table, right? In another table, do we need to tell the system or data that we are considering this primary key and system will generate a foreign key, or we will tell the system that this would be considered as a foreign key?
Okay, so we will take an example. Suppose you as a customer is ordering something on Amazon. Okay, your customer information is present. You have your customer ID, or if you have opened a bank account, you have got customer ID from the bank. And your transaction tables is actually holding all the transactions for that particular day, for a month, for a year. All those transactions is going into the transaction table. Now, the transaction ID is being generated by bank. Got it? You are not giving. As a customer ID, you don't assign order ID, because as a customer ID, if I have a privilege to assign the order ID, there may be multiple customers, you and me, giving the same order ID to the system, which is going to be wrong. So your order ID, when you generate the invoice on Amazon.com or Amazon.in, the invoice number or the order number is automatically generating. Or when you're ordering something on Blinkit app, when you're chatting with, for one of the issues, you're chatting with one of the customer representative there, they will immediately ask you the order number, right? Because that is unique. That with that information, they can go ahead and find out who you are, when you have ordered, what you have ordered, and what was the price for that. Got it? So order ID is being generated. It's like system generated also, and you can write also logic to generate it. Just
Okay,
like your
so
order number in Amazon is having a pattern, right? They will have first 4-digit hyphen, then another 4-digit hyphen, something like that. But your transaction number or any other maybe say Blinkit app, they follow a different kind of order number, which is just like all numeral values, numeric values. So it all depends on companies to companies, how they want to go ahead with creation of the order ID or the transaction ID or anything which is uniquely identifying. Similarly for customer also, if you have seen the customer ID or the customer CIF number of SBI or customer identification number of SBI bank or customer ID of HDFC, they do have different patterns. Or maybe they will say, okay, I want the customer ID to be say 6 digits long. Something like that. They have all their own pattern, but it is all unique to each and every customer. And for this table, the order ID is unique to each. It is actually going to be different for different order IDs. So when my customer ID has been assigned by say my code or by the bank automatically, or it's an auto-generated, it is just using the numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it will auto-increment. The same customer ID which I'm using it here needs to go as a foreign value in the other table. I cannot say my customer ID was 1 here, and I will say it is 50 here for the same customer. So if I have 50 customer number, 50 as a customer ID, I can say, okay, this order is belonging to the customer who has the ID as 50. You're getting my point. So I cannot say my customer ID as cust1, and I cannot say use, instead of cust1, use cust11 here. That is not possible because whatever was the customer, obviously, right? You ordered something. I, as Megha, ordered something on Amazon, and this is my order. So I cannot write Amrita here because this order is belonging to me. So because since names can be, name cannot be used as a unique value because names can be repeated. 2 people can have same name. So we assign IDs in any of the database tables, which is helping us to uniquely identify. Got it?
okay.
Did I answer your question? Yeah.
Yeah.
So now this customer, as I told yesterday, if they decide that I want to delete the customer record or my records from Amazon database, I can raise a request in Amazon saying delete each and every detail of mine which you have recorded, be it my customer details, be it my order ID details, be it the history which I have. I mean, like, or I have searched so many items in Amazon, maybe for a year or more than a year, till the time when I opened the account. I want to clear everything. Even in Google, Facebook, all these options. So they are recording everything, whatever you are doing, be it a single search, be it a friend request, everything, your activity, everything is recorded. So as a customer, if you want to go ahead and ask, want to delete those records, you can request those companies saying, delete my customer data. So they have to delete it from everywhere. So when I'm saying they have to delete from everywhere, it means Olivia is saying, delete my record. This record should be deleted from customer table. And whatever orders which I have done in the orders table also should be deleted. So suppose John itself is asking to delete the data, or say Jen Smith is asking to delete, no? So this record should be deleted, and these 2 records also should be deleted because this customer ID 2 is present here also. And suppose if there is an history table or transaction table or any table holding the customer data of Jen Smith should be deleted. Got it? So when we create the foreign key, we tell if the primary record is deleted, go ahead and delete the orphan records, because once the parent itself is not there, how can I say for this customer ID, these are the orders? Because this customer ID doesn't exist here. It is deleted or it is changed, say. So I am supposed to delete these records also. It depends on how, while creating, what option you are giving. You can say cascade delete, it is going to go ahead and delete it. Got it? So you got the problem, right? If I keep the data in one table, it is not easy to maintain. The data will be repeated, and even the user for when they try to print the order invoices, for this order, my phone number will go something else. For the other order, my phone number will go something else, or my address will go something else. So we should not be having the same data repeated multiple times in the tables, be it one table or different tables. So that is where we break the tables. And now since we have broken the tables, we need to make sure how do we join it? Because suppose if I wanted to know how many orders I have placed, how many orders Jen Smith has placed. So I have to look into, we have to check what is the customer ID of Jen Smith, which is 2. I will go into the other table and find it out as the foreign value. If wherever the 2 is, it means it is belonging to Jen Smith. Got it? Someone else also was asking the question, right? Do you still have question, or are you guys clear?
Yeah, I am clear, Megha. I'm good now.
Okay. So now let's write queries for these tables. Let me know if you can see this DB fiddle. And I hope you have actually started working and experimenting on the tables. I did committed some of the tables and queries in GitHub. I will commit today's tables also. You guys just have to paste those queries here. This is the creation section, and this is the select query section we will be doing it. So still we have not covered creation and insertion into the tables. As of now, we are exploring on how we are going to retrieve the data. So maybe after one more class, I will cover how do we create the tables and how do we actually insert the data in those tables. Okay. So let me run queries. Now let me comment the one which I have already executed. To comment the queries, we can use this two hyphens. So whatever we saw in the Excel sheet, let us see the values here. I have customers. So you see, I got 5 customers here with their name, email address, and phone number. Now quickly, one of you, can you help me finding the customer ID of a person whose name is Jen Smith? What should I write? I want to know the customer ID.
Select the customer ID from customers, where you said some name, right?
Yeah, name is Jen Smith.
Where name is equal to Jen Smith.
Perfect. So I got the customer ID as 2, which was correct, right? So my Jen Smith customer was having the customer ID as 2. Now I want to extract the orders of customer with customer ID 2 from the orders table. So what should I write? Which table I have? From orders I want, okay? So from orders, I want to select all the columns to see the order details. Orders, where? Where?
You want the details?
I want the order detail. I want these 2 rows for Jen Smith. So you know the customer ID for Jen Smith was 2. So what I have to write here?
Where customer ID
is equal to
2. And
okay. and we don't know the order IDs, right? We just wanted to know the customer IDs to how many orders he has.
Yeah.
So I got these 2 records. Customer ID 2 is having these 2 orders with the order date and this total amount. You got it? But now, since I have done this with 2 queries, I can even do this with the single query. So since we have broken down the tables, we need to join them. So there is a word as join, okay? If I want to, so there are different kinds of joining. Why are we doing the joining? To extract the table information which is having a primary key and a foreign key relationship. Any 2 tables which are having some relationship, saying customer, for this we have customer, for this we have orders, and we wanted to know which all customers has how many, or which all order IDs, right? Or which all orders. So we have a relationship between these 2 tables, correct? And if I wanted to know for customer ID 2, which all orders are there, I am trying to join both of them by saying customer ID of this table should be equal to customer ID of this table. It means 2 is equal to 2 wherever I will get this 2 and 3 record. You're getting?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me write the query and show. So I have 2 tables, okay? I want to join them. Select start from what I will say. I have customers and also I have orders. What I will do is, for customers, I am giving a small name to this table just for using that in the where clause. We can just, instead of writing the whole customers, because both of the table will have customer ID, right? So if I will say customer ID equal to, how the SQL is going to find it out which table customer ID I am referring to. So for that, I'm giving a name to the customer table as C, and to the orders table, I'm giving a temporary name. It is just a temporary name I'm giving, where customer's table customer ID should be orders table customer ID. Got it? So I will say C dot customer ID is equal to O dot customer ID. And for which customer we want to do?
2 for customer ID 2.
Or we can, where C dot customer ID is equal to 2. So you see the same information, you see the same table which we formed here, right? Similarly, all the data which came along, I got customer ID, name, email, phone number, and both their order IDs. Though this information, whatever you are seeing on the left side, if you don't want to see, what you can say is, I'm interested to see just only the order details. So I will just say O dot star. It means I just wanted to see the orders. I'm not interested to know the customer email ID and phone number. So here you got only order related ID for the customer ID, which was having 2. Or you can directly say, if you don't know the customer ID, you can directly say for the whose name is John
Jane
Smith. It was Jane
Yeah,
Smith.
Jane Smith.
Okay. Jane Smith. Got it? Then you don't have to write this temporary query to find the customer ID and then pass that customer ID to the orders table. You are joining it, and you are joining based on these 2 keys. I mean, same key, the primary key and foreign key, but in the different tables. So this is how we name the tables. I mean, just to use the short form and to differentiate if the same column name exists between 2 tables, we just give names to the tables so that we can say C dot customer ID equal to O dot customer ID. Otherwise, I would have written customer ID equal to customer ID. So then Oracle or any MS SQL server will get confused, and then it will try to say, okay, ambiguous name because the same name exists between 2 tables. I don't know which column you are talking about. So we give a temporary name like this. You can name anything. I can even name Amrita also, but we give names which is relevant and it's easy to remember and easy to use it. You got this query. If you have got this query, you know how to join it. Now there are keywords we can say inner join, left join, right join. So instead of jumping on all those joins theory and all, let me give you the scenario. Suppose I wanted to see the customers who has placed orders. I'm not interested in knowing what all orders they have done, but I just wanted to know who all in my company, who all become the customer, but has actually ordered. I'm not interested into knowing who has created the account but not ordered anything, because the existing customer, I am trying to give some offers to them, maybe some Holi special offer or some Diwali special offer. So in this case, I am interested in knowing, I'm not doing a inner join or equal join. What I wanted to know is, I'm interested in knowing the data from my left-hand side table, but not from the right-hand side table. For that, I will use left outer join. I will still join it, and because I want to find out who has done the orders, and I will come to know 5 has not done any order. 5 number customer ID has not done the order, and I will say, okay, only 4 has done. Or there could be a scenario where I wanted to know, I wanted to know only the customer who has not done any order. Sorry, I think I have told the opposite. I am interested in knowing the customer who has not placed any order, so I will do left join. But in this case, if I wanted to know only the customers who has made the orders, and I'm not interested in knowing the customer who has actually not placed the order. So this in detail I will take it. But before jumping into this, all the 3 joins, if you have got these joins, let me experiment with some more queries. So now you help me write a query. We will, since it has a date column, we will not let it behind. Yeah. So help me write a query. I want to know the orders which are done after 18th of March. So what should I write? Select a star from orders table. What should be the conditions?
Where order date.
Can we use after?
We can use greater than.
Yeah,
Okay.
greater than. Yeah.
Greater than 17.
Yeah. So I have this query here. Yeah. So select from orders where order date is greater than this. Okay. Let me run it. So I got since I have given greater than 18, it is not considered 18 because I have not given equals to, right? If I give equals to.
So 18th also will be included.
Yeah. So you got 18 also, Kimberly.
Okay.
So queries are simple. If you know the logic in your mind, you can write that in the where clause. Okay. Any query? So now another example, if I take, we have not discussed about the some of the functions. So here, what this query is doing? So as a company, I wanted to know how many orders have been placed and what was the amount of all the orders. So I want to know the total sales of my company, right? So I will go to the orders table and I will try to sum the total amount, right? If I don't ask you to write the query, what you will do? You will go to this orders table and we wanted to know the sales. So what I will do, I will try to sum up all of them. So these are the orders and I will add it. So to add all of the records column value one by one, we have some functions called as sum, or if I wanted to find out the average, I will use average. If I wanted to know the find the maximum amount which has been amount order, then I will use maximum, minimum. So there are so many functions already available. We will go one by one. So as of now, just to remind you guys, the meeting is going to end in 6 minutes. So Zoom is allowing me to schedule a meeting only for like 40 minutes and letting me record it. If I go ahead and do it on Google Meet, I'm not getting the record options there. So I'm using Zoom just for 40 minutes and it will abruptly end the meeting automatically. Okay. So I said select sum of total from orders. Let me run it. So how many, what will be the output? It is going to give me one value. It is going to give me multiple values.
One value, one column, the total amount.
Yeah. So you see, I have made the sales of $453 or rupees, but you see a column name comes as sum of total, which we do not want to show like that. For that, we again give a temporary name by using as here and say total sales. So if I give this, it will try to rename the value, rename the column value to total sales. Why we renamed it? Just not for showing it here. Suppose this code has been invoked from the website, okay? And this value, you need to catch it. You need to execute from the database, get the value and show it on the UI of Amazon. So the value which is going to come, it is going to come under, if I have not given total underscore sales, it would have come like this in this variable, something like this. So you will not know how to use this, or the value is not relevant or the name is not relevant for that particular value. So we assign a name so that wherever it is being invoked from, we just use this name and go ahead for further processing or showing it to the UI or passing in another query or passing to the view or database view or procedure. Okay. So it's a good habit to create column names temporarily, like using S keyword. Now I wanted to see the recent order. Okay. So what should I write? If I want you to tell me what is the recent order here, what do you do? Recent order in the sense the last order which has been placed.
Okay.
Maybe the today's date.
You will try to sort this, right? You will try to sort and find it out which one is coming. You either sort it by ascending order or sort it by descending order.
Yeah.
You got it? So when you do it, your first record or the last record will become the, based on what you are doing, ascending or descending. Your do it here. Oldest to newest, right? So it something wrong, right?
Yeah.
You do it there. So I want to sort it, but I want to sort on which column. So I have to tell, I want the records from orders table and I want to order by, order date in the descending order. And I just want the first record. If I don't do this, let's see that. So I have got 19th March record first and 15th March records at the end. But I told that I'm only interested in the last order placed. So what I will do is I want to limit the number of records which are going to come by using this limit value. If I say limit keyword and give the number, then if I say 1, it is going to return me 1 record. If I say 2, it is going to return me 2 records. If it is 3, it is going to return me 3 records. So let me show you 1 record 1. You see, this is the last order. Though my last order date was having 19 two times, it gave me the one which got placed first. Maybe it by default for these two records, it has taken 1 and gave you. So now if I say 3 or 2, then it will give me both the records. So you are fetching from the database all the things, but you want to limit how much you want to see or how much you want to pass for further processing. Now, instead of ascending, I can say ascending also. It will give the oldest record. So 15 past record came first, then 17. Then if I have not given limit, then it would have given 18th and then 19th. If you don't give anything like ascending or descending, by default, it automatically takes as ascending. Okay.